Should you do a tour or should you do it on your own?
We're going to show you exactly what it costs to do it on your own.
Monkeys!
Very, very muscular chest.
Hello, I'm Reanne and this is my husband Ben.
Cambodia!
Here you go, Ben. I made you iced coffee.
Thank you.
Still a bit warm. Hello, we're on tour with Dridgers and welcome back. This is our Cambodia series.
We are in Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument in the world, and it has been a UNESCO site since 1992. This is our most eagerly anticipated video so far.
So we got up at about 4:30 a.m. this morning and got a tuk-tuk to the administration office where you can get the tickets for Angkor Wat. You can't buy tickets on the day unless it's like 5 a.m. in the morning. Say if I went to buy a ticket at 12 o'clock today, I couldn't come here until tomorrow. So make sure you go early in the morning or late in the evening the day before.
When we got there, I expected it to be really, really busy, but it was actually really, really dead.
Walked to the counter, didn't we?
It took 5 minutes.
Tickets were $37.
We've done 3 wonders world, and I think this is the most expensive. Having said that, the other ones were harder to get to.
This is a city. It is as large as London City. That's how big it is.
400 acres.
A lot of walking we're going to do today.
Because we bought our ticket and there's not many tourists at the moment, they give us a free day. Instead of 1 day, we get 2 days. If we don't end up exploring it all today,
we can come back tomorrow. So we're staying in Siem Reap, and to get a tuk-tuk here, it cost us about 15,000. It took about 20-25 minutes. When we left, it was pitch black, but we made it here just in time for the beautiful sunrise that you must do and come see. And we were really lucky because when I did some research on this, a lot of YouTubers come here and it was too cloudy and they didn't see anything.
Famous Angkor Wat temple. This is the first temple you get to as you walk through the door. It was originally built to worship the god Vishnu, which was unusual because most Hindu temples were built to worship the god Shiva. It was built in the 11th century and it was originally a Hindu temple, hence that's why they worship them gods. But they converted it to a Buddhist temple later on.
And there is still supposedly some artwork around from when it was a Hindu temple. We've been trying to look for it, but we haven't found anything yet. We've only seen Buddhist stuff.
We don't really know what we're looking for. We sort of do, a load of arms.
Yeah. So normally you would have to queue for ages to get in here, but there's no queue, we're going straight in. No hats.
Shop not allowed to cover.
You're not allowed to cover, you've got to wear proper clothes.
Well, I can't go in there without this.
Not allowed cover with scarf.
So we're leaving Angkor Wat temple. Very beautiful, very amazing. We think we spotted a couple of things that were from Hindu time.
It's more like the things that are engraved into the walls. Obviously that's harder to remove. There's loads of these shops and things to buy, like souvenirs, and I don't know if they sell like drinks and stuff.
And it will obviously be very expensive because this is a tourist destination. Yeah. I thought we got a map, but we haven't got a map. I found a picture online and we're kind of working off that and trying to work out how to get to the next temple. Because as I said, this is like a city.
I've got, right, this is a cold coffee Reanne made me this morning. Well, she made me this morning hot, but I haven't drunk it, so now it's cold. This is iced coffee.
How nice am I? I don't like coffee, that's why I haven't got any, so I'm going to stick with water.
Well, anyway, I need a caffeine fix, so thank you very much, Reanne. Much appreciated.
As we were saying, how big this area is, we've actually got quite a long walk to the next temple. A lot of people normally hire a tuk-tuk for a day or bikes. We're going to walk and get in the miles. Yeah,
and by the way, if you see me like looking a little bit stressed and fed up, although I love seeing old ruins and stuff, I don't like taking Instagram photos and stuff. Although I'm very good at them.
You're awful.
Sponsorships are available, but I am very good at them. I'm just not very into it. Sitting somewhere having a couple of beers and just chilling out. That's what I do.
Hello.
So to get to the next temple, you actually got to come out of the entrance that you went into, and then there's like a roadway, and you just follow the road down.
And we definitely didn't walk the wrong way for about 20 minutes.
Don't tell them that, it's a secret.
So we're just leaving the Angkor Wat area and heading towards the next temple. You have to go through like these barrier points where sometimes they ask you for your tickets. I'm not sure if they will again. So it's quite busy around here. There's loads of cars and moped allowed on this road. So you will see a lot of construction going on because it is still temples being remade and rebuilt up. So they haven't even finished the city yet. So here it is actually quite busy with stores, foods.
We're at Phan Temple. It broke Khmer tradition and adopted Mahayana Buddhism. So obviously on the pathway you can see loads of Buddha heads. As you get closer you spot one and it looks brand new. It's all through restoration. But obviously this is either a very good survivor or it has been restorated.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's just survived really well.
It looks completely different. And then that one there.
Some of them are really good. But this is the entrance. As you can see, right at the top there's a face. There's 3 faces, 2 each side and 1 in the middle. So that gateway wasn't actually Reanne Temple. This is like the entries to it. So you have to pass the gateway and then walk another 20 minutes to the actual temple.
One of the things, right, we've got this little guy. And he's been following us for about the last 25 minutes. What's wrong, mate? We've got no food. To be honest, a little bit bigger than we thought. We've been walking for what, 30 minutes, 40 minutes?
Probably 2 hours.
Yeah, and we haven't even got to the first temples. The next temple's just down here. When we get there, we might have to get a tuk-tuk to the next one. It's huge. It's huge, honestly.
We just saw a sign saying, beware of monkey attacks. So there's going to be some monkeys.
And we're going to get monkey attacked. So to construct Angkor Wat, 500 million tons of sandstone was used, and also elephants were used as the labour.
Poor elephant. So to get in here, we've come to another checkpoint. We've had to show our tickets twice to come into this one. There is loads and loads of carvings all over the pillars, and they're quite clear, aren't they? As you can see, there is a lot of damage to it. They've obviously rebuilt it and put it back together as well as they can. Obviously, there's always construction work going on. Let's go round. We're following the maze. They said this way is the best way to go round, and then we'll go from the middle.
So the locals have real concern that the temple built by Lord Brahma is not Buddhist. Have a look at this, right? So these pictures, they believe are Hindu because of the earrings and the necklaces, which were not always shown on the Buddha. And these are on all the pillars. So they're sort of thinking, oh, maybe it's not Buddhist. So this temple is one of the only temples that they discovered paintings and carvings carved into the sandstone, and this is the only way that they discovered how they lived.
So it looks like they must be doing a lot of construction here still, because there's a lot of sandstones like piled up all around. How mental is that? They've got to like match the patterns all together.
Yeah, so all these sandstones are all original. They've obviously, when they found the structures, some of them were like flat, like all like just rubble. They just piece them back together. Very clever.
It is getting very hot now. The sun is actually coming up.
Look
it is
at me.
now. Oh, he's got a bit of sweat going on, isn't you?
Almost see my very, very muscular chest.
So we are hitting 9 o'clock. We've been quite lucky so far. It hasn't been too hot, but now the sun's like getting higher up. It is getting scorching.
Yeah. Tell you what I might have to do, Reanne. I might have to turn the hat round.
Oh, actually use it for the reason it was made for. It's quite busy here. There's a lot of people here. We did see a bus just turn up, so that's probably why. Let's go this way because there's not so many people. So we've got loads more carvings here. As you can see, there's like fish there praying. I can't really tell you the story behind it. There's loads here trying to explain how they lived. And it's really nice and cool in here. So we're going to walk around in here, but there's still a lot of work going on in here as well. As you can see, stones all in here, scaffolding. It's a bit like dangerous. Not really sure where I'm going. As you can see, all the carvings in here like wearing away. Monkeys! They all just run across there. We found it. We finally found some monkeys. There's loads climbing up on this temple over here. Look at them. So obviously we didn't go in at the main entrance. If you go in at this side, there is loads and loads of people. Loads and loads of monkey. We just watched one drinking a bottle of Coke. Didn't know they'd do that, but they did. It's quite crazy.
Just realised that the PASSAPP does actually work inside the grounds. We're getting a tuk-tuk and then take us to the next temple because it's like a good hour and 40-minute walk. Ta Song, this temple, is a small temple built in the 12th century.
As you can see, it is left not really restored very well. Loads of plants, trees growing through it. It's one of the temples that wasn't looked after during its time.
Honestly, right, you see this tree here growing up, so cool. Everything's so cool. I think the way they've left it makes everything cool, and it's so good for Instagram pictures. We've just spent a little bit of time taking some pictures because that's what we do.
And there's no one here, it's dead. There's not much really to film after you've got your pictures here, so we're probably going to move on pretty quick. We're doing really good on time as well. So it's 10:15. We only plan to do 4 temples because after a while, even you're going to get bored of the temples.
Templed out, really. Yeah,
we're getting it. But the next one is the one I've been wanting to see. Very good for Instagram pictures. Make sure you go onto our Instagram, OTWD_TY, and follow us on there for daily updates and our amazing pictures.
Same tuk-tuk as we was earlier. Turns out he's been waiting for us, so we're just going to use him all the time. We keep ordering on the app, and he's like, oh, right.
This is so nice because we get a nice cool breeze. It's lovely.
Maracas. No, thank you.
No, I'm alright, thank you.
So you could try
No shirt, thank you. Thank you. You got water?
Yeah, big or small?
Big, please. How much?
$1.
Thank you.
No, I'm alright, thank you.
I like the way they're sort of harassing Reanne and not me. Brilliant.
We only stopped here to get some water. Right, let's go over.
She's after a scarf.
Don't start her off. Stop running after me.
So where is the temple? I assume it's that way.
Look, they even made us a bridge to go over this puddle. So look at that, like growing from there all the way up there. So best to last, tapping on. This is going to be our last temple today. I think we've done, this is our 4th?
This is our 4th.
Our 4th temple. It's only 11 o'clock, so we've kind of zoomed through them. There's only so many temples you can look at, and you're probably going to get a bit bored now. But we try and make it as fun as possible as you can looking at temples. But this one, let's go and have a look, because I'll be most excited, but it's really busy. Hello. So this is why we've been excited. How many was that ceiling though?
Yeah,
It looks like it's going to fall on us.
proper sketchy.
This is really impressive, but it is quite busy in here, so it's quite hard to get pictures and that. So we're trying our best.
This particular temple, when they found it, it was put together quite well. So they didn't do much restoration apart from this bit, which they totally rebuilt. Everything was there. There was no blocks that were brought in. It was all there. And obviously, if you do recognise this, which you probably do, you've probably seen it in the Tomb Raider films because that's very famous for that reason.
Watch your head, Ben. So right down there, look. Wow. Can't really see what was there, but there was obviously some carvings. Look, if you even see here, look, it's just roots growing across. Okay, the best tree here is a massive queue to get a picture.
Totally awesome, but obviously everyone wants that same picture.
So we just took a picture and I'm going to edit everyone out of it.
Yeah. There's so many like different Instagram pictures you can get here, but everyone's trying to get the same ones.
I'd say this is the busiest one we've been to so far.
You could spend all day here.
Yeah, look, even, just a nice little archway. Everywhere you got to turn, just looking here. What?
Saying to Brianna, you can see why they chose this for the Tomb Raider film. It's such a brilliant temple. I think it's my favourite temple.
This one's number 1. Best to last, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah, number 1.
One we just saw a minute ago, they've put scaffolding under it because the tree is so heavy and big, it's like pulling down the structure.
Yeah, they've got like acros to hold the weight. them Hindu statues, they were dug up in 2011, but the Hindus destroyed them and cut their heads off in the 13th century. So they're
Crazy. And we saw people come and worship leaving money there, so still a statue you pay respect to. Just to let you know, we've gone all the way to one side and had no signal, so now we've had to walk all the way back through to try and get signal.
Yeah, we've had another tour of the Tomb Raiders.
But look, you can't go in here, but that's the tree. But look, it shows it's not growing from inside, but they're not allowing you in there at the moment because they've got works going on. Alright, I don't know if I actually meant to be going through here, but look at all these roots growing through. And obviously crumbled down. So that's organised one, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the way they've just sort of left it.
Okay, we're officially templed out. This is by far one of the coolest, but obviously the most busiest. But pre-COVID, I can't imagine how busy this would have been. If you come here, definitely come to this temple, turn on. There's so many here, but this was our #1 recommend. Come to see this one. Okay. Even though it's busy, but
it's good.
It's worth it.
It's busy because it's good.
This is 20 to 12 and we're finishing our day. 4th temple of the day. Maybe try and get here first. I don't know, it might be easier instead of last like us.
Yeah, to be fair, right, we've been here what? How many hours have we been here?
Oh, don't make me do maths. From 5 AM we were here.
We've been here 7 hours. I couldn't do no more. 7 hours is enough for me.
No, and 4 temples is enough for us.
Very interesting, quite eye-opening and very good.
This is one, look at all the trees. All these trees are growing out of the temple. That's clever.
That's good. No problem, the small one, no problem.
No thanks.
At the beginning of the video, we did say that we would tell you if it was cheaper to do it ourselves, right? So all day today, we're going to see all them temples, we spent $12. We got quoted by a tour guide, $20. So yes, cheaper. Is it easier? It wasn't hard. It probably is easy if you get a tour. My advice is, if you have a plan of, say, a few temples you want to see, do it yourself. If you want to see everything, do it with a tour. We didn't spend too much, so it's been a long day. We're just going to get back to 7-Eleven, pick up a frappe, chill out, and anyway, subscribe.
We're in Angkor Wat, which means...
It's not Angkor Wat.
What is it then?
Angkor Wat.
You have to go to the end... What are you up to? He's drinking the coke.